So you clicked on this because you're tired making business decisions based on gut feelings. You are ready to stop guessing and start growing using real data to drive your success. You pour your heart and your soul into business, but you are like most small business owners. KPIs feel like overwhelming jargon, a complex beast reserved for corporate boardrooms. You think you don't have time to track, let alone understand all data. But what if I told you that mastering the most powerful metric for your business is actually very simple, actionable, and can be just done within an hour a week? So today I'm going to demystify key performance indicators, giving you my exact 4 steps system to identify, track, and act on the numbers that truly move your business forward. I'm going to show you how to simplify your tracking using easy templates, ensuring you unlock predictable growth without drowning in data. Countless businesses, big, small, are using these exact principles to scale so you can. So many business owners track 1,000 different metrics and then they wonder why they are still confused. You have got website visits, social likes, email opens, and it all just piles up. You get the report, but what do they mean? This isn't data analysis, it is data paralysis. You have information, but you can't translate it into correct action. And if you can't act, you can't effectively drive growth. Here are different approaches people use. Approach number 1 is they track everything the data holder. On this approach, information are overloaded, impossible to find what truly matter. It is like trying to drink from firehouse. You get soaked but not hydrated. And approach number 2 is tracking nothing, the blind driver. On this, you're flying blind, relying purely on gut feelings. You can't improve what you don't measure. You are driving without a speed meter or fuel gauge. And another approach is KPI system, the strategic pilot. It is focused, actionable, measurable, and designed for sustainable growth. It gives you a clear view that you need. Now you might be thinking, KPIs sound like fancy corporate jargon, only for big companies which have data scientists and massive budgets. But here is the game-changing truth. Effective KPI measurement is totally accessible to anyone. You don't need expensive custom software or a PhD in statistics, just a clear process and a few simple tools that you might be already using. This approach breaks down complexity into ridiculously simple actionable steps. So enough guessing, enough data paralysis. It's time to become a strategic pilot of your business. Let's dive into 4 actionable steps to effectively measure your KPIs. Number 1, you need to identify your core KPIs. The first step to making KPIs easy is to stop tracking everything. You need to find your North Star metrics. Don't get lost in sea of data. Instead, you need to list down top 3 priorities for a specific task like marketing, sales, fulfillment. For example, in marketing, maybe your priority is lower cost per lead. That's great. Your KPI then becomes cost per lead. In sales, if it is revenue growth, then you'll be tracking monthly revenue growth. It is about ruthless prioritizing. This isn't about ignoring the numbers. It is about identifying the levels that actually drive your business forward. Without this clarity, you are just throwing darts in the dark, hoping that something sticks rather than building strategy, predictable growth engine. Once you know what to measure, the next crucial step is defining what winning actually looks like. That is where setting clear targets comes in. So number 2 is you need to set smart targets. A KPI without target is just a number. To make it actionable, you need a finish line. This is where smart framework shines. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, instead of increasing sales, make it increase conversion rate from 15% to 20% this quarter. For marketing, decrease cost per lead from $50 to $30 within 3 months. This gives you a clear goal and a deadline. Setting smart targets, transforming your KPIs from abstract concept into powerful motivator. It clarifies your focus, relies your team, and sets tangible benchmark for success. Without target, you don't know whether you are winning or losing. Just existing. You have identified your critical numbers and you have set your goals. Now for easy part, how do you keep tabs on them quickly and without hassle so you can actually hit those goals? And number 3, simplify your tracking. This is where 1 hour per week promise become reality. You need a centralized, simple way to see your data at glance. Throw away complex software if you don't need them. A simple KPI tracking dashboard in Google Sheets or Airtable is all you need. Set it with columns for metric, current value, and target. Then dedicate just a few minutes each week or month, depending on the KPI, to update those numbers. For example, for e-commerce store, you'd pull click-through rates, from active campaign or average order value, from Shopify Analytics. For coaching, cost per lead, from Facebook Ad Manager. This step is about making data accessible and unintimidating. When tracking is easy, you are far more likely to do it consistently. This consistent, quick check-in is the secret to staying on the top of your performance without it feeling like a second job. So you're tracking your KPIs effortlessly. But simply looking at numbers isn't enough. The real power comes from what you do next. Number 4, analyze and adjust growth. This is where data transforms into actionable insights and strategic decisions. Schedule monthly review. It can be a quick personal check-in or a 15-minute team meeting. You can use tools like Google Data Studio if you want more advanced visuals. Look for trends. Is your cost per lead steadily declining? Is your conversion rate stagnant? That is a bottleneck. If email open rates are low, test new subject lines. If sales conversion aren't improving, you need to optimize your sales funnel. The key is to take action based on what numbers tells you. So for example, imagine you have a 1K product and your goal is to generate 10K a month. So you need 10 clients and you estimate you need 100 leads in order to get those 10 clients. So your plan is to reaching out to 100 people and 7% replies, 50% book for a call, 30% show up, and 10% convert. This will be your guide to track your KPI. Let's say you reach out to 100 people and replies only 50%. Then your messaging need to be improved. So your show up rate is 23% instead of 30%, then the problem is your follow-up or your appointment setters. This active analysis and adjustment phases is what separates businesses that grow predictably from those stuck in a cycle of trial and error. It is your compass for navigating challenges and your accelerator for leveraging success, making sure every effort you put in truly contributes to your bottom line. You now have the full 4-step blueprint to leverage KPI for predictable growth and reclaim your time. What one KPI you are going to start tracking and optimize today? Let me know on the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friend.